Oh,
Attention, star seeds. Attention, light workers. Attention, root workers. Attention, conjure doctors. Attention, nature-based faith practitioners. Attention, spiritualists. Attention, diviners. Attention, prophets. Attention, the spiritually eclectic. Attention for those seeking the road less traveled. This is time-sensitive cosmic information, so you might want to catch this. This is time-sensitive cosmic information that you can use in your prayers, manifestations, and other spirit works. Beam up now via this video or the audio link in this video's description box to get this on-the-fly esoteric wisdom. Beaming up now.
Ashe Emojibatu Olodumare Bobo Egungun Ara Orun Bobo Orisha, for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm Ayansa JT Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast. Ekule. How is everybody doing this evening? I know me, If I felt any better, I'd kiss myself. Yes, I said it. It is 10 minutes past your 9 o'clock hour and time for your nightly or 6 a.m. mystic forecast on Internet for the Road Less Traveled, 222.9, the Mothership. And yes, I am Ayanza J. Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on this Thank Goddess It's Friday with that tricky love energy going on out there. So we're going to recap this day real quick before we get into Saturnday, a day of crossroads and foundations. I am broadcasting live from my Twitter, from my YouTube. If you aren't already, follow on all social media. 3 Facebook pages, Ayansa J Muse, 222.9's Facebook page. And what was the other one? Oh, my Saturday only spot, the Jester's Intersection, your online shrine to HU. I'm also broadcasting from my 222.9 Saturdays Instagram. And that, well, we just got a lot more where that's coming from. So I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just going to let what's been in my wash come out in the dry. It is Friday. Thank Goddess it's Friday, November 3rd. On the 3 on the daily numerology. So you had a double scoop of HU energy right there. That said, be mindful of the tricky love. So if love has been playing tricks on you, be prepared for that clarity that's going to give you what you need to make the decisions you need to make when it comes to matters of the heart. If you are one of the ones that are dishing out that tricky love, well, Halloween is over, honey. So there are no treats for those tricks except for the thorns that you planted. So that's for all of you players and gold diggers and manipulators out there that like to use the word love to manipulate folks. There is somebody out there a little bit more trickier than you, and his name is Ashu. Ashe. So when it comes to that love energy, Friday is the turn-up day for people born under the zodiac sign of Taurus, Libra, and Pisces. Why? Because Venus rules the day, and we know Venus is an avatar of Oshun, just a little spin-off action right there. And Oshun is the Orisha of abundance, love, all that makes life worth living. And with her flowing on this Friday energy, if you've given love and you've given from your heart, it's due back to you by her divine feminine law. And the moon tonight is waning in the house of Cancer. So that deals with sending away those negative emotions, those emotions that need to be released in order for you to have love that doesn't play tricks on you, or to tweak those things about you that keep you from thinking you need to have. Tricky Love. If you've been kicking it on the Mothership all day today, we have been listening to the Divine Mothers of Song. We started out at 12 a.m. with Solar Plexus, Sleep Meditation, the Rising Bembe After Your Forecast, and into the melodic Mother's Divine Feminine Song all day long. But when the clock strikes 12 and Oshun passes that time clock to SU, and your loving Venus and Neptune energy goes shifting into Saturday's ball catcher mitt, we are now at SU's crossroad. And here on the Mothership, we are going to be jamming it out to the classic hip hop all day long. Crossroad Stories. I'm my Auntie J Muse. This is your 9 p.m. or 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast on Radio for the Road Less Traveled. 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. And we are back. I'm gonna play with my camera for a little bit because I don't. How do I get the microphone and me in here? Sorry, I gotta play with this shot. I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I like it like I like it. There we go. I want y'all seeing me taking two mics at once. Yes, I said it. I'm my Auntie J Muse, just returning for your nightly mystic forecast, or at 6 a.m. And it's 16 minutes past your 9 o'clock hour. That's the number of Orumila 16, the number of destiny on your 9 o'clock hour, 9 being sacred to my Orisha Mama Oya. Oh, I just love the divine alignment. I hope you do too. So let's talk about Saturn Day, the day ruled by the trickster planet, the day that the book of Genesis calls the day of the beast, the flesh, the strongest vibration in the root chakra energy, that primal stuff. And it's in each and every last one of us, so let's not pretend it's not there. Our ego selves are there to keep our spirit selves from getting taken advantage of, and our spirit selves are there to keep our egos from becoming savages. A Saturday is the day of the week that really, really, really rises that root chakra energy up. And it is the last day of Saturn's retrograde. So we made it through Saturn retrograde as we give thanks to Eshu on this coming day for all the lessons that he brought during Saturn's retrograde, because it ends today. And it ends on a numerology 4. You got the 4th of the month, and the daily numerology adds up to a 4 2. So you got crossroads and new foundations. So, where does the crossroad part come from? The crossroad part comes from, what do you got to deal with within to accept your new beginning? What has to die so new things can be reborn? What cycles have to end in order for new ones to begin? And this Saturn retrograde, ever since June 17th, we have been given test after test after test to help us look at our life lessons, to help us go into those deeper crossroads, and to come out on the back end of a new foundation. And it's interesting that Saturn's retrograde ends on Saturn's ruling day. Hmm. And to add more completion to that energy, you have the seventh Saturn day of autumn equinox. And seven is the number of divine completion and also the number that issues homeboy, Ogun. So expect an ending that will give you a more grounded, solid foundation on your life. Ashe, it's the second Saturn day of Scorpio season, so we're still swimming around in those fixed deep waters that we are creating a divine flow with. And the moon has shifted from house 4 into my crib. So now the moon is waning in my house, house 5. Leo, stand up. And this is the house of creativity, the heart, and the willpower. So get creative with your new beginning. Allow yourself to be spontaneous. And in doing that, you allow yourself to explore new parts of yourself. Because when you leave old parts behind, you have to figure out who the new part is. So don't make that a bad thing. As a matter of fact, make it enjoyable and make it so that you like it. Because when you make sense to you, you make more sense to the divine. And when you and the divine are aligned and you make sense to each other, you can't help but walk a higher path. I'm going to let you marinate on that. I'm Ayanza J. Muse. This is your nightly mystic forecast. And when I get back, we're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on in the quasars. Ashe. Did you enjoy the sweet taste of the honey, love, and war paint from my sacred gourd of wisdom? Then you may want to meet me at the Crossroads tomorrow to make sure you do the right thing with it. You're not afraid, are you? Ashe. That's www.poeticallymuse.org/gestures intersection. I wasn't ready yet. Did you like it here at the Crossroad? The Gestures intersection.
Tarot readings. A lot like peach cobbler or a sweet potato pie. You may have tried many others, but you haven't had mine. Many powerful things come in threes, including tarot spreads. So take a look at your past, present, and future with the Draw 3 Tarot Spread by Ayanza J.T. Muse. It comes with a zodiac analysis and 6 different tarot decks to choose from. My recommendation? The good old-fashioned pack of poker deck playing cards on this one. So want to look at things in your life in threes? Then try out a Draw 3 Tarot Spread, brought to you by the Mothership Mystic Boutique. All proceeds go to 222.9, the Mothership Internet Radio. Ashe.
And we're back, landing this broadcast right at the 9:22, coming back on the timer. I'm loving this divine alignment. I'm Ayanza J. Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast on 222.9, the Mothership Internet Radio for the road less traveled. So let's talk about November 3rd. If this is your 4th, if this is your solar return, then happy solar return. May Olodumare, the ancestors, the Orisha, bless you with many, many more, filled with Bobo Ire. And what does Bobo Ire mean? Many, many blessings. And if you were born on this day, you are careful, conservative, exciting, and very compatible to the handling of details. Ooh, I like that kind of Scorpio. You are trustworthy and dependable. Your confidence is sought by many, and you have the respect of everyone. You are fond of children and love your home and strive to make it happy and attractive. Hmm. November 4th, Scorpios got it going on. Okay. Those of us that are in the other 11 houses, let's make sure that we do our part and we show the Scorpios in our lives some love. Because the stingers are only there to teach us about the stingers in ourselves and in our own houses. So make sure you take that time to study House 8 in your natal chart and find out how Scorpio energy best resonates with you. And if you need some help with that, well, the mother of the mothership isn't just a 20-year radio connoisseur, honey. I'm a 9-year seasoned astrology reader, psychic, medium, tarot, all of those things in between. And 6 of those 9 years are, oh yeah, priestesshood. So I'm real good at it helping you understand your airwaves. After all, oh yeah is the Orisha of the wind. Let's talk about these planets that are in retrograde. Oh, wait, not just yet. We are in the second decan of Scorpio season. So if you're born between the 2nd and the 11th of November, you are actually half Pisces. So you got them deep waters and them fish twins swimming around in there. But we can talk about that later as well. And in the 12 figures of African spirituality zodiac house, we are in the last day of the season of the distance before we shift into the child of the word. Sounds like a fauché to me. And we have much more of that coming up on my exclusive orbit, where there are more of my spiritual teachings about these things that I speak of. So, dare to raise higher. Go to higher stratospheres of your spiritual understanding and meet me in my exclusive orbit. That's where I'll be teaching the fine grained things, the spiritually elite things, mastering the basics that you will not see on regular social media. Okay? All right. So we are in the very last day this Saturn day. It's really interesting that Saturn's retrograde ends on Saturn's ruling day, which is Saturday, the 4th. And the 4 is the number of foundation. Hmm. And the daily numerology is a 4 as well. So you got a double scoop of new foundation energy coming after the end of a lot of tests that made you reflect on important life lessons, embracing deeper crossroads. Those retrogrades bring you in those stillnesses so you can do those inner tune ups, those inner tweaks before it's time to drive forward again. Make sure that your priorities are in check and that your ego's priorities and your spirit's priorities are in harmony with each other. Self discipline's a must. The deepest self expressions come out, and you prepare to reap the rewards of self mastery. So, this Saturn day, we bid farewell to Saturn retrograde of 2023. Yes. Okay. That still leaves us 3 more planets busting the moonwalk, and that's not including the fourth Mercury retrograde that's coming up next month, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's talk about the three, Ibashe issue, loving those numbers and threes, that are still busting the moonwalk on us now. So, Neptune, that's Ibashe Olokun and Yamanja energy. Neptune is the planet of dreaminess, divine compassion, intuition, psychic abilities, spirituality, things like that. And the dates adding up in this retrograde are all threes, multiples of three. So A shoot and played a lot of games with this Neptune retrograde. We went in on June 30th and we won't be coming out until December 6th. So we got a month left of Neptune retrograde, and this is a strong retrograde in the house of Pisces. Okay. And that is a sign to be mindful of delusionism because there's a fine line between divinity and delusion. True divinity still has its balance and harmony in everyday 3D reality. Delusionism is when you're so far off in the quasars that you're no longer present here in the moment on Earth. Hmm. Reassess your dreams and avoid vices for now. Allow all confusions to come to you and embrace them from a spiritual standpoint as best you can. Allow your ego's voice to be heard so that you can process where that energy is coming from. because dealing with your spirit and dealing with your ego in balance with Neptune's retrograde makes it lot easier to distinct which voice is speaking, the voice of your spirit or the voice of your ego. And whenever you find yourself in doubt about which one you're talking to, ask yourself a simple question: what would be the result of this action? Would the result be a step in my highest destiny? Or would this step be a detour because my ego needs validation in the moment? Neptune retrograde helps deal with a lot of that, especially granted it is the planet of divine compassion. And those that are born in the zodiac house sign of Pisces are more affected by this retrograde than the other 11 houses. All right. So we also got Ibashe Oya. Now, this is really interesting here. Ibashe Oya, the planet Uranus, planet of intuition, shakeups, sudden changes. This planet is in retrograde from August 28th, and we won't be coming out of this one until January 27th of next year. So, expect things to happen that will challenge your belief system and how you practice it. Is there anything about your faith that you genuinely feel is outdated? Are you deeper diffused in a way where things become a lot more natural? Expect the unexpected until January 27th of next year in the areas of things that are pertaining to your belief system. So, whatever your faith is, really live what you say you believe and allow yourself to iron out the kinks. And what makes this so interesting is that Uranus, like Neptune, is currently retrograding in its own strongest house, Aquarius, the house of knowing. Neptune is retrograding in Pisces, very strong retrograde as well. So there's a very intense energy between the shift of the Piscean age of belief and into the Aquarian age of knowing. And that's going on as we speak. And it's going to be pretty intense until December 6th because both planets will be still retrograding at that time. Then from December 6th until January 27th, intuition may just completely take over. So, with these planets in retrograde, it tells you a lot about the inner workings of this massive shift in consciousness. Ashe, Ashe. If you were born in the zodiac house of Aquarius, then this retrograde will affect you more than the other 11 houses. All right, so Ibashe Shango Kabiyesiyo Baba Mi. Jupiter, the heat planet of expansion, is in retrograde. And we went in on September 4th. We're coming out on December 3rd in the house of Taurus. Now, Jupiter in direct is expansion. So in retrograde, what does that mean? Contraction. And in the house of Taurus, that is success, love, money, children, all these things for those who planted good seeds of karma. Now, those of you that planted thorns, well, you're going to have to harvest those and eat them. And if they aren't very tasty, next time plant a better seed. Reassess your habits because a higher level of living will require a higher you. And if you were born in the zodiac house of Pisces or Sagittarius, you lucky dogs, because this retrograde will affect you harder than the other 11 houses. I'm going to take a quick break. And when I come back, we're going to get to your nightly tarot read brought to you by my good old fashioned pack of playing cards. We're going to do it Haitian voodoo style with the cardamency tonight. I am Ayansa J. Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast on 222.9, the Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Now, this break is going to take a minute because I want to share something really special with you. The Mothership has a 7-day blog series that matches the 7 music rotations. And this is going to take you on a quick tour of what it's like through my collection, my series of blogs that are dedicated to your esoteric learning and more mojo that I infuse with the music. Ashe. Love and light, beautiful souls. I'm Ayanza J. Muse coming to you on your Venus ruled, Neptune ruled, Oshun venerated. Thank Goddess it's Friday. You know, every time I'm on the forecast, y'all know how when I sign up, I always say I got some mojo to cook up, so I gotta go. Well, here's the first bowl of that mojo. You see, the Mothership runs 7 different music rotations for the 7 main Orisha and the planetary alignment. Well, those 7 rotations have 7 free blogs to match. So I'm going to take you on the blog tour. Let's go. Okay, so here is the pin site link that I post on each and every night on the forecast. So I'm going to scroll down and go to Mother Blue Hue's blog, Mondays Only. So take the link there, and voila, Ibashe Yemoja. So we have the Moon Day blog, that's for Yemoja, that deals with dream symbols, moon things, everything that's going on in the Mothership's orbit. And here's a listener here where you can jam as you read, and then you click this link in the middle of the bottom of the blog. Want to see me tomorrow? Join me every Tuesday. Click here. And we go into Tuesday's blog. Voila. Ibashe Ogun Ochosi Onile. And here's where we're updated on Tuesdays only. And we do the plant magic here. We honor the divine masculine here. And we talk about what's going on the Mothership, music review wise. And then scroll down to the center just as you did on blog 1 and click here. And voila, Tuesday goes into Wednesday's blog. Ibashe Oya Yewa Egungun. So here we're going to talk about space, astrology, things pertaining to Oya, and of course the Mothership's music rotations. Then we go into Thursday's blog. And voila, Ibashe Shango Baba Mi. And here is updated every Thursday. We're going to learn about the I Ching here. We're going to teach how to do the I Ching here. And we're going to honor the divine masculine again. Moon days and Wednesdays honor the divine feminine. And we're going to get to Friday's blog, where we honor the divine feminine again in the essence of Oshun. This is Oshun's blog, Ibashe Oshun, Yeye Oshun, Oyimio. And as you can see, there are already blog articles here that pertain to the tarot and the messages there, the music rotations. Here we're going to be discussing things about relationships, essences of Oshun, ways of love, and of course beauty tips, hence the term war paint. Okay, click in the middle of the blog to get to Saturday's blog, and we're at Eshu's Crossroads. Ibashe Eshu. This is the blog that's updated only on Saturdays, and this is where we cut all the quasars, we cut all the spiritualism, and we deal with the inner crossroads of our primal essence. So here's where it gets the most uncut, the most unraw. Listener discretion is advised. And click in the center, and we go from Saturday to Sunday's blog. Ibashe Obatala. And here we're going to talk about unorthodox Bible teachings and essences of Oya, purity, patience, and things that are pertaining to the Orisha Obatala. Click his down in the center, and we are right back at Moon Day. So this is the orbit of the 7 blogs, okay? Got to show you a couple more things. Here's a bonus blog, a hidden pocket in the mothership's orbit. And this one, this link over here, is directly connected to the blog that is strictly dedicated to honoring the ancestors. So here, as you can see, Carl Hampton, and then you have all the diaries from the caravans to the ancestors. And at the bottom of the ancestor blog are links to get to all 7 of the daily Orisha blogs. Come on, work with me, baby. All right. So with these small icons here, from the Ancestor blog, you can go straight back to Yemoja's blog. From the Ancestor page, you can go to Ogun's blog. Okay. Here's Oya's. Come on. Okay. Then you can go to Shango's blog. And you can go to Oshun's blog. And you can go to Eshu's blog. And Obatala's blog. Now, today's Friday, so I'm going to show you something from the Saturndaily page that's on all 7 of the main Orisha based blogs. So when you click on any of the actual posts where you read the blog information, down the side, here's a video that shows you what's going on in 222.9 the mothership's rotation on that given day. Okay? Then, scrolling down the side, here's the link where you can come back to the pin site and get your courses and schedule your readings and all of those other things. Okay? And of course, here's the Instagram, email list, and all the extra goodies that are coming to that particular day. So there's your blog tour here on 222.9 the mothership, and this brings a visual aspect to 222.9 the mothership internet radio. And I created these blogs also for the hearing impaired. Ashe. And there you have it for the blog tour. So enjoy those for all your free reading, and make sure that you tune in at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time each day of the week to hear the audio version of those blogs. Also, sign the email list for more exclusive content that you will not see on social media. Be love. And we are back. Give me just a second. Let me get back on the air with the mothership. I know y'all are enjoying this Waiting to Excel, Shantae Moore's Way You, but I gotta get y'all this message that came off my tarot cards. But today it's just the pack. We just taroting with the poker deck, which is, by the way, the original tarot, those of you that don't know. And boy, it's hot. Look at it, cards just sliding. That's what happens when you clean them under a full moon. Anywho, the first thing that came up, let me show this how it showed up. Okay, so the first card that showed up was the Joker, but the Joker showed up upside down. Now, we came out of Friday's energy with a double 3 being the 3rd of the month on Friday, and the daily numerology being a 3. And that's the number sacred to the Orisha Eshu. And so Eshu is the ultimate trickster. So with the first card showing up is the Joker upside down, it's Eshu letting it be known, honey, that the lies, the games, and the tricks are over. So if you have been a victim of manipulation and tricky people, you don't have to do anything but relax, let go, and let God, and allow yourself to manifest the spiritual rewards of staying on a righteous path in the face of that kind of tricky opposition. Because right on the other side of this Joker turned upside down, and this means that a lot of tricky love situations are going to be ending. Many users are going to have to find somebody else to suckle off of, and people who have planted bad seeds of karma will be receiving it very soon. All you have to do is stay out the way. because the Joker's here upside down to let you know the games are over. And then second to come is one of the most lucky, fortunate cards to draw out of the Cartomancy deck, and that is the Ten of Hearts. So expect the ultimate love to manifest once you allow this tricky energy to blow out of your life. Now, I got to talk about this tricky energy now, because when the tricky energy is on its last leg, that's when they pull out every trick in the book. So be careful falling for the baby pleases and the eye changes and the all of a sudden cases of the niceness and all of those things, especially when your Ori has long told you that it's time to get out of this situation. So expect for some trickery to increase. And it isn't to gain, and it isn't because they're gaining power. It's actually the opposite. It's because they're losing control. Who I love that. And this card flew out of the deck. So with this Joker showing up upside down, Eshu was letting it be known that the games and the tricks are over. And he's letting it be known who the ultimate trickster is. Him. Okay. After that, you're shifting into the Ten of Hearts energy, and that is the huge, huge abundance of love, abundance of success, abundance of love for your craft, abundance of love for everything around you. So after this Joker flips over, Shun shows up with this huge bucket of honey to pour over your life. So all you have to do is open wide. And so I flipped the deck upside down to get a deeper understanding of these two cards. And the third card that showed up was the Ace of Clubs inverted. Now, how can you tell that this card is inverted? Because when it's right side up, then these five here would actually be facing upward. But because there are more clubs facing down than there are facing up, that means that this card is inverted. So this means that a lot of the fights and misunderstandings around your love lives are coming to an end. All you have to do is keep staying the course that you're on and allow these things to come to you. As 8 being the number of infinity, then that means whatever is being put out of your, whatever is cleared up here is not returning. Because infinite next to hearts, this is an infinity of love and abundance with the trickster energy upside down. So whatever this trickster energy is connected to whatever conflict is going on either in a work life or a social life or these types of things connected to a loving partner. So whatever it is here, the tricks and the games are over, love's right in the middle, and all you have to do is relax, receive, and keep planting positive seeds of karma. Because when people do us wrong, it does get very tempting to get vengeance. But when you seek vengeance, you take it away from the Most High, and then you put something out on yourself that you have to later pay for. But those of you that allowed yourselves to hang tight and be cool and let stuff come to people as it comes, what goes around comes around, and you kept your karmic hands clean, then expect a major reward from the universe. That's my read tonight. If you need a personal reading, please by all means book your session via the link in the chat sections of this video, or help yourself to the lovely Eshu care package that I put in this video's description box. I'm my Auntie J Muse, and this is your 9 p.m. or 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast on 222.9 The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Love and light star seeds, it's Auntie J Muse, just bringing you a quick piece of gratitude, should I say. This retrograde energy of 2023, 6 planets doing the moonwalk, really has me doing a lot of reflecting. So I decided to share with you some reviews because 222.9 The Mothership has earned some awards and gotten some magazine recognition. But the thing that's the most rewarding to me is knowing that the mojo done healed somebody and they let me know about it. So I'm going to share these reviews with you. And I'll see you at the end of the video. Ashe. So the reviews are in. Thank you for allowing me this moment to share. And now it's your turn. Beam up to 222.9 the Mothership to enjoy the mystics, the music, and the mojo dedicated to your spiritual healing. And book your personal reading, whichever one you may need, through the link in the comment section so that you can leave your review and I can post another set of these in gratitude. Ashe. And that concludes our forecast. Thank you for joining me, and I certainly manifest that you gain some things that will help you align from the inside and plug it into your outer universe. If you are listening and watching at the 9 p.m. hour, and it's 8 minutes outside 10, then stay tuned for my Friday nightly vision of what love looks like, brought to you by the Divine Mothers of Song. If you are listening at 6 a.m., then stay tuned for the Rising Bimbe the Rising Bimbe to a shoe. Before we get to your hip hop crossroads stories all day long. And either way, remember that the sky is big enough for us all to be stars. And in the words of George Clinton, free your mind. Your ass will follow. I'm Ayanta J. Muse, and this is 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. You know what makes orbits so fascinating? They move very, very fast, yet appear to be moving very slow. Actually, orbits do both simultaneously. 222.9 the Mothership Internet Radio is a 24/7 orbit rotation of old school grooves, planetary funk, and mystic teaching. Here's what's going on today in the Mothership